In this podcast episode, Jay Shetty welcomes back Robert Greene, author of best-selling books like The 48 Laws of Power and The Laws of Human Nature. Shetty expresses his appreciation for Greene's work, particularly the daily laws, which he found helpful during a period of personal growth after an intensive book tour. The conversation begins with a discussion on introversion and extroversion. Shetty describes himself as someone who energizes alone but enjoys connecting with small groups, suggesting he's an ambivert. He explains that while many perceive him as an extrovert, he craves alone time and prefers deep conversations with like-minded individuals in social settings. Greene offers insights on dealing with negative people, emphasizing the importance of recognizing that everyone has negative traits. He advises not taking things personally and understanding that negative behavior often stems from a person's own issues. He suggests maintaining emotional distance and recognizing narcissistic tendencies early to avoid getting involved with toxic individuals. He stresses the significant impact of the people we associate with on our energy and daily life. Greene discusses the importance of judging people based on their character rather than superficial qualities like intelligence or charm. He defines strong character as the ability to take criticism, work well with others, handle stress, and take responsibility. Weak character, conversely, is marked by an inability to accept criticism and handle power responsibly. Greene emphasizes the importance of observing how people behave in various situations to gauge their true character. The conversation shifts to the challenges of maintaining authentic self-perception in the face of external projections. Greene shares his discomfort with being perceived as a self-help guru, preferring to see himself as someone who loves ideas and expanding consciousness. They discuss the difficulty of not letting others' perceptions shape one's self-image, especially for public figures. Greene delves into his creative process, explaining how he approaches each new book as a unique challenge to avoid repeating himself. He describes the discomfort and uncertainty inherent in the creative process, likening it to exploring new territory. He emphasizes the importance of feeling alive and excited about each project, even if it means facing periods of self-doubt and struggle. The discussion turns to the power of language in shaping consciousness. Greene expresses concern about the limiting effect of social media on vocabulary and, consequently, on thought processes. He advocates for exploring other languages and cultures to expand one's mental horizons. He shares his fascination with ancient cultures and philosophies, suggesting that our ancestors may have had richer internal worlds despite technological limitations. Greene suggests that our sense of self is largely a construction of our minds, and that true enlightenment involves recognizing the emptiness or egolessness at our core. This perspective aligns with certain Eastern philosophical traditions and forms a central theme in his current writing project. Greene emphasizes the vastness of human consciousness and our potential for expansive thinking. He argues that modern life, with its technological conveniences and homogenized culture, often limits our sensory and cognitive experiences. By contrast, he suggests that ancient cultures may have had richer internal worlds due to their different relationships with time, nature, and spirituality. Shetty shares his experiences visiting places like Hawaii and Bhutan, noting how these trips offered glimpses into different ways of life and thinking. Greene expresses enthusiasm for such experiences, lamenting the homogenization of global culture and the difficulty of finding places untouched by modern conveniences. They discuss the value of experiencing environments that feel like stepping back in time. The conversation concludes with 5 rapid-fire questions. 1. Something Greene wishes he'd learned earlier, playing the piano. 2. Something he used to be sure about but now isn't, the clear distinction between right and wrong or good and evil. 3. If he could go back to any era, the Paleolithic era, to learn about early human consciousness and spirituality. 4. 3 dinner party guests, Friedrich Nietzsche, Buddha, and Socrates. 5. Something he's trying to learn right now, to be more forgiving of himself, recognizing the need to be less self-critical and more self-compassionate.